Hey team, welcome to your cool down of the week. Coach Stephanie here to bring you all of the stretches you need to help you recover. We're going to start in a seated cross-leg position. We'll go into a fold from here. And so when our cross-leg position, doesn't matter which one is in front, just as long as those feet are a little bit stacked under the knees, not super close to the hips. From here, we're going to sit up really tall, and then we'll just walk those hands forward, keeping the spine long and coming into that fold. You'll feel some tension and tightness in the outer hips. Maybe there's other places that you're tight and you'll feel that there. So just kind of hang out and breathe in this position, letting the neck soften, the jaw relax. And from here, go ahead and sit the torso up. And then we're going to change the cross of the legs. This may feel a little bit not normal, because there's usually a way that we cross that's more comfortable than the other. But same thing here, make sure those feet are a little bit more under those knees. Sitting up tall, and go ahead, bow forward. And on your next inhale, just gently bring yourself up to a seated position. And then we're going to come to the hands and knees. So rocking forward. We'll get into our forearm stretch here. So turn your fingers to face the knees. Okay? And then the heel of the palm is going to be flat on the floor. Shoulders can start in front of the wrists. Then from here, we're just going to pull those shoulders back gently while the heel of the palm stays down, and only going as far as we can keep the palms flat on the ground. Just finding a little bit of movement here too. If that feels good, you can rock side to side. Good, now release that, and let's come into downward facing dog. So plant the palms, about shoulder's distance, tuck the toes, and lift the hips. Before you go anywhere, just go ahead and pedal out the feet a little bit, just to make sure you're feeling good in this down dog. All right, and then from here, we're coming into down dog side stretch. Okay, so lifting those heels off of the floor, and then draw those heels to the left, drop them so that those feet become in line. Those hips stay high, so you get this long stretch from the armpit down the side body, maybe even into the lower back. Let's bring those heels through center, and then drop the heels over to the other side. Keep the hips up high. And back through center. Let's do one more. Drop the heels over to the left. Lift those hips. Feel that stretch through the right side. Bring the heels through center. Drop it over to the other side. Good. Bring the heels through center and back to the hands and knees. And then from here, we're going to get into a standing position. If your balance is not great, or if you don't want to have to think about your balance, helpful to hold on to something, or if you just like holding on, that's good too. So we're going to come into a standing quad stretch. Grab your right foot. Okay? First thing we're going to do is bring the knees together, okay? And then we're going to take this tailbone, kind of draw it down and under, so this right quad gets a little bit more length. Maybe you feel, a little more tension through front of the hip. We'll just kind of breathe here, pulling that heel towards the hip. Good, and gently release that. And we'll go to the other side. So grabbing top of the left foot, bring the knees together, take the tailbone and just draw down. Give that extra length to that left side. Good, and gently release that. Last one, we're going to go back to the mat. We're going half split. Okay, so hamstring stretch here. So I would start on the knees. We'll go right foot first, and I would just bring that right leg out in front. Now, maybe the balance is a little tricky here. We can put a block or a plate or something to help you kind of sit up. But from here, those right toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. My chest is extending forward, and I'm feeling that stretch all along that backside. Good, and let's go ahead and gently release that. Come back to the knees, and we'll go just straight into the other side. So left heel on the floor, long spine, and then bowing forward, fingertips just at a place that's comfortable. That allows you to feel that stretch through the back of the left leg. And just like every week, if there are stretches that you want to spend more time in, go for it. If one side feels tighter than the other, spend a little bit more time on that side. And as you get more used to these positions, create the cool down of the week that works for you in terms of how long you want to practice and stay in these positions. A couple more breaths here. All right, and then go ahead and release that. Thank you for joining me for your cool down of the week, and I'll see you guys next time.